So I'm in my office starting my day today, and I'm bored, and I'm reading Pieces Every Step. And so I thought, well, why not get on You Now? So here I am on You Now. There they are. They're the people. Thank you, Jennifer. Let's see who else. Oh my God. Melissa, Splash, Nikki Bay, Beauty, Chelsea, Jillian, Lori, Justin, Megan, Arlena, Big Bertha. Oh, I love that name. Miss Sardi, Fantastic, Lori, Arlena, Lorraine, Emilio. It's too much. I can't keep up with it. So I am on You Now right now, and I'm going to go back and talk to everybody, but I just want to show my camera. Just leaving the post office. We're Gladys. Thank you, Gladys. Sent me a postcard from Mexico City. Very cool. I'm so tired. I don't know why I'm tired. Like, I feel like I got better, and then, like, today, I don't feel sick, but I'm just tired. Alex is going to have drinks with his mom, and he asked me if I wanted to go, and I really probably should because I haven't seen my mother-in-law for a while, but I'm just like, I think I need to rest. I'm really hungry. I like want to eat something and then rest. Okay, there is like, I was driving through where this mall is called Castleton, and I noticed that there's these women behind me, and they were, I don't know why I noticed them, except for like this one has like this bright pink shirt on, I can see it, and they're like behind me. And I pulled into the post office, and they like came into, like, the post office was empty. It was like me, and then there was like another car parked away, and then they were like in the parking lot. And now they're behind me. Like, they didn't go into the post office, they just were like parked. And now they're like, they pulled out when I pulled out, and now they're behind me. My nose has been driving me crazy today, by the way. I should totally turn and see if I, like, if they're following me. Wouldn't that be funny? I'm, like, probably the only, like, YouTuber in the world that would actually like to be followed. Because then that would mean that somebody's interested in me. Like, everybody else is like, oh, no, I don't want to be followed. And I'm like, no, I like it. Let's see if they're going to turn one way or the other. Okay, they're turning left, and I'm supposed to turn right. Let's see if they change their direction. No, but they're coming up right next to me, so I can tell if I look at them. It will be like totally ghosted. They won't care at all. They are so not bothered with me. I'm not being followed. God, why can't I be important enough to be followed? I was watching this thing today, Christine and Elijah. You guys like them? Oh my God, I'm obsessed with them. And they were doing this vlog where Christine comes running out of Boston Market, and she's like, first of all, I just was like, she gave me so much confidence watching her today, because I was like, she just does not care how heavy she is, and she just eats, and I love it, and that's what I want to be. Because I was kind of feeling bad watching like my vlog last night from Alex. I was like, Alex has stayed the same weight since we met. I have like gained so much weight. I used to be so thin and so in shape. But anyway, Christine does this whole thing where she's running out of Boston Market. It's so funny. And she's like, oh my God, they knew my name. Have you seen this? It's so funny. She's like, we can't go there anymore. We're famous now. God. I just want to like lay on my couch and watch LA Hair. That's like truly the story of my life that I want to do right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll talk to y'all later. you guys like that little dance break that I did to David Guetta's remix of Sia's Titanium? That was the last song they played at Ultra last year. And that part, if you go look it up on SoundCloud or whatever, or if I remember, I'll link it below, but you know I never remember anything. I just got gas and it did not print out. But anyway, there's a part in it where it goes da 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 da, and that was like the part where I'm gonna start crying. That was the part where the fireworks went off at the music festival last year. Like, I'm so excited to go and just get out of town. There is something about going to a music festival, I cannot explain to you what it is, that is so, like, full of spirit. Like, I mean, it is just so much love, and it's such a good feeling. I'm trying to hook my camera or my phone around my camera. Look at me crying about the music festival. I'm so happy that I can cry about something happy. Alex just came home from having drinks with his mom. I did not go. My throat is hurting again. And I said to him, you know what's really weird, Alex, is I said, I was good, I was getting better, and then my throat started hurting again. And I said, what's really weird is that I went out to that farm. He goes, it doesn't have anything to do with that stupid farm. He's so tired of hearing me talk about that Fox Hollow Farms. He's like, it doesn't have anything to do with that stupid farm. It has to do with the fact that you stay up late and you drive around listening to audiobooks, you don't take care of yourself. But are you having fun? Like, that's the question you have to ask yourself. Yes. So if 3 days every 6 months being sick means I'm having fun, then okay. And now I'm going, and I said, well, how late are you going to be up on Snapchat? Because, you know, he's like lays in bed and like watches all these Snapchats. And then goes through Instagram and watches all the funny Instagrams and sends me, and he like, he tags me in like all these stupid, and they are funny, but like, anyway. So I'm like, all right, if you're going to be up for another hour, I'll just do my YouNow stream from home on the computer. Because I feel like the quality is better anyway. And he was like, well, I'm really tired. I said, listen, I'm doing my YouNow stream and I'm coming right home. If I come home and you are still laying in bed doing your Snapchat, will not be happy. So I'll come home and it'll be like this. He really wants to get bark collars for the dogs because the Tucker and Boo Radley bark so much. PP doesn't bark at all, really. I mean, he does, but like only if he sees like an animal or something. Like, he doesn't just bark. Tucker really barks. Like, even when we take the dogs to the kennel, the hotel, Tanya's kennel, which we're not going to this time, but even when we do that, they're always like Tanya's like, Tucker is so loud, he barks so loud. And so Alex is like, I want to get one of those bark collars, but I feel like they're really mean. I think they like shock the dogs or something. Do you know what I'm talking about? Not about all that. I'm not Bowdy. Do you remember that, Bowdy? 5 o'clock in the morning, where you gonna be? Outside on the corner. To the east, to the north, to the south, to the east and the west. This guy is looking at me like, what is this dude doing? I'm just dancing. You guys always see me dancing, doing like this little dance. And like, I'm sure people think like that's how Peter dances, like the old white dad at the wedding. I'm a good dancer, trust me, if you see me. I'm like really a good dancer. But it is kind of hard when you're limited into the car, don't you think? I mean, it's not like I have moves or anything. Maybe. But anyway... Are you guys gonna miss me in Florida? Are you gonna miss me while I'm in Florida? Because I'm not gonna vlog while I'm in Florida, obviously. I mean, I can't vlog. Oh yeah, girl, I got you, girl. Of course I'm gonna vlog. I'm gonna keep all of that up. Why wouldn't I? I love this. I mean, I have to have my Florida trip, you know, on there. So you know, what you don't know is a lot. I gotta get back to doing some of these drama videos on my other channel. People are just so thirsty for it. They're like, please do some drama about the Nikki tutorials and the Oprah scandal. I'm like, okay, I don't even know what the Oprah, are you mispronouncing Oprah? And then I looked and she, on her Instagram, she has like some new thing where she's like, it's like this video and she's so excited about this Oprah thing she's doing. I was like, all right, I'll do the video. But anyway, and then, what was I gonna say? I think that's all I was gonna say. All right. Anyway, I'm going out to Meijer to do my UNAS stream. Because when you're a famous YouTuber, you sit in the parking lot of Meijer and do UNAS streams. I don't mind it though, actually. There's worse things I could be doing on a Thursday night. All right. I'll see you in a little while. Hey, Joseph. Thank you so much. Lauren and your Potbelly Pig. Angela, thank you. Bunny Cakes, Jillian, Graham, Bree, Lauren, Shelby, Joan, Katie, Ashley, Aaron, Avery, Justice, Jimmy's. Oh, I just saw Jimmy in here. Mandy, Kisses, Alana, Angela, Vivian, Catherine. Oh my God, I can't keep up. Kim from Ultra, Joseph. Oh my God. Yes, I do. Thank you, Joseph. Kim, Wasabi Mana. Bree, Cameron, Dutch, Bunny, Nikki, Tanya, LaShonda, Hannah, Kimmy Peach, Paws Up Forever, Bridal Ground Expert, Catherine, Bronte, Autumn, Christopher, Alwa, oh, I can't keep up, and Nadia. Y'all wear me out on this YouNow stuff, I'm telling you. I forgot a few people. I forgot Faith Ann, Bree Cameron was working, Just Jimmy, Justice, Leonard, Leopard Queen, was there this afternoon, of course she was. Coco, Lynn, Janie, Sherry, the Shenanigans. Go watch their family vlog. I love the Shenanigans. Faith Ann again, Angie Love, Bree, Angela Marie, Big Bertha, Gabby, Duchess, Tracy, Hannah, Kimmy, Jay, Miss Nikki in the house. One more. Laura, Autumn, Bunny Cakes. I love Bunny Cakes. She's the one that gave PP a SAG card. Joseph and Joseph. Big shout out to Joseph and Christopher and T. Rourke and Anita and Lynn and Faith. This is what I do on UNAT. I just shout out people's names and then they want to be YouTube famous. We all want to be YouTube famous. What's wrong with that? Is there anything wrong with what? Look at that. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Look at this. All kinds of craziness is happening. So I'll see you later. So I'm up in the Meijer. Let's read the magazines really quick, shall we? Okay, work like gastric pie. Lose 20 pounds, 21 days. I need to lose 20 pounds in 4 days. J-Lo and A-Rod and no cake. Prince's ex-wife tells all passion, pills, and their agony of losing their child. Who's walking behind me? There's no reason to stare, that'll be right. Oh my Lord. Crochet. Crochet. Clinton's secret payoff files. Meghan tells Princess Kate, I'm having Harry's baby, her secret confession. There's not even any good magazines out. Look at these Easter baskets. Like, these are ginormous. Oh my God, it has Fun Dip in it! Compared to back in the day. Okay. People might think I'm crazy and then they'll want to institutionalize me. Can I just tell you right here, look at this. Look at this busty bitch right here. Look at that. Whoa, my Lord. You think she wears a padded bra? Okay. I'm getting vitamins. Look how pale I am. I need to get a spray tan or go to the tanning bed or something. Okay, now there are people working over here. They're probably gonna tell me to turn this off, so I probably should. Goodbye. What's up, what's up, what's up? What's good, Miley? What's good? I was just talking to my friend, Dustin Daly, who's always, like, so supportive. It's nice, like, meeting, like, really, like, I've met so many really positive, like, people off of YouTube that have been so friendly to me, and, it's been so wonderful. I mean, not even just YouTubers, but like viewers, you know, that like give me ideas. And so many people have asked me to do an advice column. And so I was talking to him about that. And so you guys know that I'm going to try to do like an advice column maybe on my so-called healthy life, which is like my motivation channel. But I think I'm going to do it on my main channel too. And I'm going to call it like Ask Dad. And it'll be funny, but positive as well. Would you guys like that? What do you think? He was like, call it Ask Daddy. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I'll call it Ask Dad. But anyway, yes. I hate when people say that. Yes. I hate yes, and I hate hunty. I hate that. I don't know why, but I do. So I'm just driving around. I'm actually charging my phone because it was like dead after my YouNow stream, which I had so much fun doing tonight. And I really want to buy a bottle of water, but I don't want to walk in anywhere. Do you ever feel like that? That you want something, but you don't want to go in anywhere? And I have my fountain diet Pepsi from like 2 hours ago. But it's just ice at this point. Do you ever like get sick of things? Like I remember when I was working at the treatment facility and we would go to like Subway every day, and I got so sick of Subway. Like I literally, still to this day, if I walk into Subway, like the smell makes me sick. Like I like Subway, but the smell makes me sick. I have drank crushed ice for so long that like now I just like cubed ice, and this is crushed ice. Pull up to the bumper, baby, in my brand new limousine. That's a little Grace Jones for you. Anyway. I just had like all these random thoughts go through my head in like 5 seconds. Did you notice that? Could you see it? Oh my God. I was thinking about like Alex and I were talking about this tonight. That like I don't think he has really my husband has any concept of like literally like how lonely I get. And it's not his fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just the condition of my life, because like if I go into my office, I write, or like my friend Taylor came by today because we're working on this project together, which has nothing to do with YouTube. So, but it's like, if you were in my YouNow stream earlier, you would have seen her. But anyway, it's like, how can I say this? So like I go into my office and like if I have a meeting with somebody, you know, for like a project that I'm going to do with them or something like that, then like, okay, so that's that. But then it's like one person I see. And then like, you know, I go and I run errands around town. And then Alex gets home, we either have dinner together, or we go out to have dinner together somewhere, we watch TV together for a while, and he goes to sleep early. On the weekends, we spend more time together during the day a lot. Like, I found that, like, that's why I'm not filming a lot during the day. Although he's, like, completely fine with being on the vlog now. Is that not so interesting? That was such a big part of the vlog, and now he's, like, so comfortable being on the vlog. There's a police officer right here. I have to turn the light off so he doesn't know that I'm a vlogger. I'm a vlogger. By the way, I'm a vlogger. Does he care? I don't think so. So anyway, so Alex is completely fine being on camera now, and you know, he was like, well, babe, I'm really sorry that you're lonely. He was like, well, I mean, is there something that I can do to help? And I was like, no. And he was like, do you want to get a part-time job? And I was like, no. Like, I don't need the money. That's not the issue. The issue is like, which is so funny because I used to say this to my mom when she didn't need the money. I'd be like, well, go get a part-time job. You'll meet some people. Get involved. Go do something, you know, like. But, like, I think, like, by and large, like, YouTube is kind of, like, a lonely existence. Like, when you kind of, like, because I put so much time and energy into it, I'm like, you know, I really do put, like, 5 or 6 hours into YouTube a day, making videos, putting them up, going around, vlogging things. And by and large, I'm really happy just, like, driving around. Like, I'm not lonely sad. I'm just lonely. I don't know if that makes sense. From time, like, and if I don't... Like, Dustin brought it up. He was like, sometimes in your videos it comes across as if you're lonely. He's like, I'm not trying to be offensive. And I was like, I am lonely. You know, we were talking all about that. And, like, not every day am I, like, crying, lonely, like, miserable. I just don't, like, without seeing Tanya, or if I'm not doing something for my sobriety stuff, which is really, like, only an hour of the day. Like, I just don't interact with a lot of people. Like, I think that's why I'm so close with my dogs. Do you guys relate to this? Like, are you like that? Like, you know, it's like, my mom is gone, my aunt is gone, my cousin Caroline has her own family, I don't see her very often, my dad and my stepmom are very, like, they just do their own thing always. They always have been like that, so I don't see them a lot. And so I really, as an only child, I have no siblings, you know, so it's like, I have really, like, one really, really close friend. And, you know, it's not like I'm really wanting, at 44 years old, I don't know if you guys will relate to this, but, like, it's not like I really want to go out there and, like, make 10 new friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, I have people that care about me, and I have friends that I talk to through the week, and Melissa, and, you know, my friend Jenny, and there are some other people out there that I'm good friends with that I talk to on a regular basis, but it's like, honest to God, like, my phone, like, I should look through this and tell you, this is so funny. Well, I said I wasn't I'm not texting and driving anymore, so. But, like, I probably had 2 phone calls today, and one was from Dustin and one was from my husband, because Tanya's in Florida. And Tanya texted me today, and she was like, do you miss me yet? And I was like, I miss you like crazy. But, like, I don't know. And then it's just like days turn into weeks, turn into months, and then all of a sudden you just realize, like, you haven't really interacted with a whole lot of people. And, I don't know, it's just weird. And I think a lot of you do relate to that, because a lot of people Snapchat me and they're like, my husband's asleep, or like, I'm just here at home. Actually, you know what's really strange is I get a lot of college kids that are like, I just haven't made a lot of friends in college and I'm real lonely, you know? And like, I didn't go to a college campus, but I almost kind of wonder if that wouldn't have been my experience, because like, I've dealt all my life with severe social anxiety. So like, I think one of the reasons why it's so easy for me to talk on camera is because like, I'm more comfortable alone than I am around a lot of people. Like, I can be in like a huge group of people and I'm fine, like at a music festival or something like that. But to be like at a small dinner party, I get very nervous, right? Like, I need to have like, you know, a cup of coffee or a Diet Coke in my hand and just stand there and like, oh, hi, how are you? And I mean, I can play the game because I've done it for so long now, but like, I don't think anybody in my life really has any idea how bad my social anxiety is. Like, I don't really think anybody has any idea that, like, I really, like, to go to a party or something, like, I really have to, like, work myself up and have to know who's going to be there and how long are we staying, and, you know, like, I just really have to work myself. I'm so uncomfortable with it. And, you know, when I drank and used drugs, it was very easy because, you know, like, I would be blitzed before I even got to a party. I would have been like drinking and like smoked joints and taking a Vicodin, and I would have been so relaxed by the time I didn't give a fuck, you know? And so like, that's been something that I've worked on in my sobriety, is being more comfortable in my own skin. And I was saying this earlier in the video, it's like, okay, so Alex came home tonight, and you know, Alex is very excited about all kinds of things, social things. And he was telling me about these parties that we got invited to in Miami, and he's really excited about it. And I want to be excited for him, and I want to be excited for us going to these parties together, because we enjoy doing those kinds of things. And he's like, well, I want to get this outfit and blah, 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 and this one's kind of dressy and this one's not, and whatever. And I immediately was like, I mean, this is okay, like, he is so excited about going to these parties, and this is where I'm polar opposite, and this is where I go, right? And this was a huge problem in our relationship for a long time, because he doesn't understand it. It's like trying to explain, because like, he doesn't understand, like, for me, okay, like, we get, like, people ask a lot about Alex's drinking. When I met Alex, he was straight out of high school. He was straight out of college, and he was like drinking like a college student, right? He doesn't drink like that anymore. But I almost could understand that drinking more than I can understand the drinking now, because what I don't understand, and he doesn't really do it as much anymore because we've talked a lot about it, but like, if we go to brunch and he has a mimosa and then that's it for the day, like, I'm like, you just had a $10 mimosa or a $13 mimosa, like, what? And he's like, I just like to enjoy a mimosa with my brunch, you know, with my salad. And I'm like, no, I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't drink to the point of wanting to get buzzed and then being pissed because you can't control it because you're so obliterated. That was my drinking experience. You know, or we'll go out somewhere with friends and he'll have like a beer or two. Like when we go out to dinner with Jason and Melissa, he and Jason will always have like a beer, like IPAs, which I didn't even know what that was forever when people talked about it. Finally, one day I was like, what's an IPA? But anyway, so, is that what the beer is? IPA? I probably just even said it wrong. So anyway, but like, we'll get in the car and be on the way home, and I'll be like, that's all you're gonna have is 2 beers? He's like, yeah, I wasn't trying to get drunk. I just wanted to have a beer with dinner, you know? And I so totally don't understand that. Well, he doesn't understand why I don't understand it, right? Like my stepmom, oh my God, this used to drive me crazy. Like, my stepmom could drink, and she would go and have like gin and tonic, 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 9 o'clock on the dot, Diet Coke. And I would be like, Debbie. And And she'd be like, I don't want to be hungover tomorrow. And I would be like, Deb, like, this was when we would drink together, when I was like in my late teens, early 20s, like 19 to 22 when I got sober. Like when I would go over their house and stay there for the weekend, or we would go out like on vacations and stuff. And she'd be like, I want to be at the pool tomorrow. You know, I don't want to be hungover. And she would stop drinking at 9 o'clock. And it made no sense to me whatsoever. Baby, I was going. I mean, I was ride or die, right? And, the other thing that Alex doesn't understand, because I think we're like so separate in this, is that he is so like extroverted and I am so introverted, even though it doesn't appear that way. And like, I get very nervous going into situations. It's like, we call it social anxiety, but like I think anxiety and like panic attacks, I almost feel like I'm having mini panic attacks if I have to go into social situations sometimes. And like, I won't today allow it to keep me from doing things, but like I really have to work myself up to being comfortable. And so tonight, when we were talking about these parties, like I have learned that like what will happen is he'll say like, okay, we're gonna go to this party in Miami on Friday night. And I'll be like, okay. And I'll say, I don't know that I like, my social anxiety turns, that fear, that panicky turns into resistance, which is I'll say, I don't know that I want to go. Like maybe I'll just let you go by yourself. And then he'll go, seriously, you don't want to go with me to the party? And I'll be like, yeah, you just go. Like, I don't even know that I want to go. And he'll be like, well, I don't even know if we're going to go to that party, but like, would you please be open to going to the party at least? And I'll be like, well, I don't know that I really want to go. I don't have anything to wear, something like that, right? Instead of being really honest. Well, that was 5-6 years ago. Today, I'm honest. And I'll say, babe, you know, my social anxiety, can you tell me a little bit about the party? So tonight, he was like telling me everything about each party. And he's like, I really think you would like it because of this and whatever. And so today, to save our marriage, and because I end up afterwards, after I go and I put myself in those situations and I walk away and I go, oh my God, that was really fun. I had a blast. I'm so glad that I went. You know, it's like the first time I ever went to Ultra Music Festival, I was terrified. Now it's all I talk about and I can't wait to go, right? So it's the same thing. Like, I don't want to go to the party, but I know I'll have fun at the party. And if I don't have fun at the party, I can always leave, right? So it's not that big of a deal. So it's funny because he was telling me about it tonight, and I could feel that internal resistance. I was like, I'm too heavy, I won't know anybody there, I'm too fat, nothing will fit, I won't look cute, because I just saw my vlog from yesterday of me dancing in the kitchen, and I was like, you're so fat, you're so overweight, you've gained so much weight, you look like shit, blah, 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 whatever. And that's where I was talking about Christine Seidelko when I was watching her video, Christine and Elijah, and I was like, she doesn't care that she's heavy, she still has fun, nobody cares. You know, nobody's worried about my weight, like when I go out, right? People like me whether I'm fat or thin, like that's just the reality. Nobody gives a fuck if you're fat except for you. That's the truth right there, okay? And if somebody in your life cares that you're fat, get rid of them. Get rid of them. You know, my husband said to me a couple years ago when I really put on the weight, I said, you just don't find me sexy anymore. He goes, I find you sexy, you don't find you sexy. And he goes, my issue with you is not that you've gained weight. He goes, I find you just as sexy now as I did the day I met you. He goes, what I don't think is sexy is that you have an issue with your weight. And I thought, oh my God, that makes so much sense, right? But if you're with somebody that says, I don't find you sexy because you've gained so much weight, yes, I do think it's our responsibility to stay good looking for our partners and to still look good and not let ourselves go. I do believe that. But if you're with somebody that is so consistently dogging on you about your physical, remove that negativity from your life. I just, like, that to me, I don't get. I don't need people dogging me, you know? And I don't have anybody in my life that is like that today. Nobody gives a shit that I'm fat. They're like, baby, eat that cheeseburger. I mean, like, Alex will say to me, like, I'll complain about what? I started my diet 14 weeks ago. Okay, I could have at least lost 10 pounds. I could have lost 28 to 30 pounds easily, 2 pounds a week in 14 weeks. I have not lost any weight. And in fact, I had Taco Bell tonight for dinner. So, you know, it's like, he won't say anything cruel, but he'll be like, well, I thought you wanted to lose some weight for Florida, you know? So he tries to be supportive of me, but anyway, what was interesting about tonight was that, like, I was laying on the bed with the dogs, and he was telling me about these parties, and he was so excited. And, you know, I don't want to ruin my husband's experience, and I want us to have those moments together, because that's what a relationship is about. And so he was telling me about the parties, and the parties do sound very, very cool, and the people that are going to be there, and, you know, David Guetta is going to, like, be the DJ for this one party, and, so I was like, yeah, Baby, suit up, show up to life. Life's short. I say it all the time. Why wouldn't I go to a party? Why would I allow my social anxiety to keep me from going to that party? I can go there and I don't have to talk to a soul. I can be a rude ass bitch all day long if I want to. Now I don't want to be that person. You know, I want to be nice. And I want to meet people and be friendly. And that's what's scary to me. But my social anxiety is really based on what do people think about me. And the reality is nobody's really thinking about me. I mean, that's the truth, you know, is that nobody's really that concerned with what's going on in Peter Monn's life. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just aren't. And so, I mean, unless you're watching my daily vlog, I guess. But like out in the real world, you know, if I'm like, I had this friend of mine back in the day, loved her so much. We lived together for years. But like, if I wanted to go to the grocery store, I'd be like, girl, you want to go to the grocery store? And she'd be like, yeah, can you give me like an hour to like do my hair and makeup? I'd be like, seriously? She'd be like, well, I don't know who I'm going to run into. I'd be like, come on now, an hour? Like, seriously? Because I'm so not like that. I'm literally like, now look, sweat. I mean, and you know, being on YouTube has been interesting because I've had a really positive response from you guys. Like, you guys are so awesome for my self-esteem. You have no idea. You know, like, I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that start YouTube channels and they get a lot of people criticizing them and, you know, and people are really mean to them and things like that. But like, I have really overwhelmingly from all of you just had a positive response. I've made so many friends with you guys. You know, you guys snap me and tweet me. I love it. It's like, you guys are awesome. You know, we're the Wolf Pack. Woof woof. Somebody asked me the other day, they're like, what's the Wolf Pack? And I was like, it's just all of us that like watch my videos. And I mean, I don't, you know, I watch some of my own videos, I'm not gonna lie. But you guys that watch my videos and all of us together talking, you know, taking on the world with positivity. And, but it's like, I was so afraid to start my channel because of my weight. And I thought nobody is gonna wanna watch this old ass fat man with this annoying voice, which is why when I get those, you see my beard is driving me nuts, which is why when I get those comments, those are the comments that kind of hurt me sometimes, but like, I'm getting over it slowly. Like, I'm dealing it, like, it doesn't bother me as much anymore because I get one of those comments for 30 comments of people saying, oh my God, I love you. Like, the last couple days I've actually done my hair and looked like, put on a nice shirt. Like, so many people are like, oh my God, you're so handsome, you're so nice. I mean, like, that, you guys are, it's awesome, thank you. It like really builds my self-esteem. Whether you're lying or not, I don't know, but it's nice. And so what's interesting is it's like, it's hard though, because it's like, I know the Wolf Pack don't give a shit if I'm heavier or thinner. I mean, they don't care. I care, right? I care that I can't fit into my clothes in my closet. I care that I did a video yesterday in a Western shirt that below here wasn't even buttoned because it wouldn't go over my gut. And that's the honest to God's truth right there, if I'm gonna be honest. You know, I care that I'm heavier than I was 5 years ago or 10 years ago. And what's really interesting in discussing the weight thing is I was looking at some pictures of our wedding, and I am about 238 right now. Let's just get it out there, okay? When I got married, I was 190. No, I was like 188 the day I got married, and then when we got back from from Las Vegas, I was like 190. I was no happier with my weight then than I am now. And, you know, when I was like 180, 175, I can remember I went out of town with my old supervisor to New Orleans, and I remember like having this pair of like this is way back in the day, these Abercrombie khakis, and I thought I was gonna bust the button out of them at 175, 178, and I was really unhappy with my weight then. And what's interesting is that like, I have really been unhappy with my weight my entire life, and it doesn't really matter at what weight I'm at. Even at my thinnest, when I was like 145, and people would say to me, you look emaciated, you look like a, you know, a heroin addict that's about to die, and I wasn't a heroin addict, I was sober. Even then, I wasn't happy with my weight. And, you know, that's the true definition of having an eating disorder and body dysmorphia, is that I see my body differently than everybody else does. Now, though, it's getting to a point where it could turn into diabetes or things like that, and so I have to be very, very careful. And I do need to lose the weight from a health point of view. Like, you know, I'm at an age where I have to be worried about heart risk and cholesterol and things like that. And so, you know, especially having a dad that's a surgeon, he's on me about those things all the time. So I do want to, you know, lose weight. And because I want to fit in my clothes. But I'm not going to allow my issues with my weight stop me from really enjoying my life. I'm just not. Fuck it, you know? Baby, big girls doing big things. And listen, I'm not going to go to Miami and ruin my trip and not go to parties and not go to the beach and not lay out by the pool because I'm heavier than every other guy out there that works out 7 days a week. I'm just not going to do it. Fuck that. I'm going to enjoy my trip and I'm going to have fun and I'm going to take my shirt off and be on the beach and look fat and fabulous and enjoy it and love it. You know, like, hey, it is what it is. I got a message on Facebook today. It was like this very, I wouldn't say it was necessarily sexual, but it was very flattering message from a Latino fan. He's very cute, actually. And saying how attractive he thought I was. And I was like, you know, you're always attracted to somebody. My husband finds me very attractive. You know, I was standing there and I watched that vlog back yesterday and I thought, I have just really let myself go. Like, my husband's still so thin and he's in shape. And, you know, like, I've really I throw on a hat every day. I've really let myself go. I need to take care of myself, you know? But, like, somebody will find you attractive. But I need to do it for me. You know, we used to interview celebrities for our website, and we've interviewed tons and tons of celebrities. And one of the questions we would ask them always is, how do you define sexy? Because sexy was like a big deal on our website. And 95%, I'm just throwing that percentage out there, but it was almost everybody, except for like maybe 1 or 2 people. Almost everybody said they defined sexy by confidence. That if they met somebody that was confident, no matter what they looked like, no matter what they were like, if that person was confident, they found them extremely sexy. And that, you know, 2 police officers, what's going on here? And that confidence is really sexy. And I totally 100% agree with that. Confidence is sexy, you know? And so I think it's really, you know, like clicking into that and feeling confident about whoever you are. And so tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to make some new friends and interact with more people. And it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. And I am going to be a more confident version of myself tomorrow than I was today. Because I, like, am a great person. I mean, like, seriously, you got to tell yourself those things. I'm good looking, I'm funny, I'm fun, I'm compassionate, I'm nice. There's no reason not to be confident, right? I'm not a piece of shit. You know, so. Yeah. Is it snowing? Oh, please tell me it's not snowing. Oh my God, it's almost spring break. Anyway, do you guys relate to any of that I just rambled on and on and on about? I honestly, like, really, I don't talk that much about the weight stuff or the social anxiety and all that loneliness kind of stuff, but it really does kind of bother me more that I say on here. So I'm really sharing that so it's relatable to you guys. I just want to know, do any of you relate to that, you know? Like, especially with the social anxiety thing, that's the hardest thing for me. And the body dysmorphia is too, because it's like, at what weight, at what body would you be comfortable with? At what weight or what body would you accept yourself at and love yourself fully and unconditionally? And that's where I need to get. And I actually decided a couple years ago where that would be, and that's been my aim. I just don't do shit to get there. So anyway, I love you guys so much. Follow me on all my social media. I am going to do I'm going to be a vegetarian for 30 days starting April 1st. So if you want to follow along with me, that'll do something, right? I'm hoping that I'll feel better and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I love you guys so much. And remember, we're on borrowed time as it is.